welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim, and today is NFL Sunday, week 17. We have 2 weeks left. This is it feels like the last week where we're really going to go all in on these games, and then next week is going to be one big, confusing, jumbled mess with clinching situations and stuff like that. It's going to be very situational rather than numbers handicapping for that. So should be a good one. We have that, and then we have a decent-sized slate in both the NHL and the NBA. So buckle up. This may be a little bit of a longer show, Tim. So, but before we get into today's slate, before we take a look at today's games, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right and what went wrong. In college basketball, we went 12-10, up 0.9 units, so not a bad day there. Tim will go over those games. For me, in college football, I went 2-3. Winners on the Arkansas Razorbacks money line and the Iowa Hawkeyes plus the 3.5. I did have the Iowa Hawkeyes money line, so that was a loser. The Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, both losers. That was a very frustrating loss with Notre Dame, blowing the 21-point lead that they had and not winning the game. And yeah, that was not fun at all. But my only NBA play yesterday was the Pelicans. I had them plus 11.5. I think they lost by 18, so that one didn't come through. Luckily, the savior of the day was the NHL. Panthers puck line came through. I added that after the show, laid a little juice on it. They win 5-2. Cool. Their first period puck line did not win, though. They scored 32 seconds in. They give up a goal about 4 minutes in, and then nothing after that. Yep. The over 6, Florida, Montreal cashes. Over 5.5. Carolina and Columbus. Holy crap, what a game that was. Imagine having the Columbus Blue Jackets either money line or plus the 1.5 yesterday. Yeah, you went the Carolina Hurricanes went from down 4-0 at the end of and then at the end of the game they covered a super puck line at minus 2.5. So that's that's the second time we've seen the Blue Jackets blow a huge lead like that. So, over 5.5, easy winner there. Over 5.5, Boston and Buffalo winner. Boston minus a goal and a half, though, not a winner. Islanders, they win in overtime. The Preds puck line cashes. The over in the Preds game cashes. Wild and Kraken, both losers, but I ended my night with a win from the LA Kings over those Philadelphia Flyers. So overall, not a bad day yesterday. I finished 23-19 plus 1.55 units. That means so far in 2022, I'm 23-19 up plus 1.55 units. Hope to keep that number positive the entire year. So we'll keep on moving on to today's slate. How was yesterday for you, Tim?
It was a break-even day on the site. Went 19-16. I believe that's what up maybe half a unit. We were up 1.5 units. So overall, can't complain when we have that much volume. Went 1-2 in the NBA. A New Orleans game that looked good to start off, just kind of tanked out after that. The Jazz lost. My only winner was the over in that Chicago game, so whatever there. Nick went 5-2 in hockey, so at least that's good. College football went 1-2. Iowa was a winner. Notre Dame blew a big lead, and Ohio State didn't cover by a point. For college basketball, a 12-10 day. Losers being the under in that West Virginia, the under in that Louisiana Tech game, which went over with like 3 seconds to go. Toledo, American, who was up big and then blew that lead. The under in that Eastern Washington game. Austin, PA, SEMO That was a double loser for us. We had the under and Austin PA +3. Both of them did not cash. SDSU over did not cash, and the Tulane Cincinnati over and Central Northridge, that one kind of went over with like 16 seconds left, and we had the under. So those are the losers. Winners. Our first winner of the year was Creighton, and Marquette under the 145. That one went to double overtime. We got really lucky and it cashed by 1. So very, very lucky there. Under in the Furman cash, over in Baylor, Akron +1, under in Toledo, under in DePaul, over in Utah Valley -5, over in App State, over in Cuse, under in Abilene Christian, and the over in the Nevada game. All of those were winners.
Under Nevada.
Under in Nevada, sorry. And under in Abilene Christian. All those were winners. So 12 and 10 day for college basketball, 19 and 16 overall, ready to keep on rolling into this new year.
Yeah, should be fun.
Let's go ahead go through chat for a minute, Nick, and then we'll hop into some games.
Yeah. Let me click the chat then. I was going through and picking out what my handicap baton is going to be for January because it started today, Tim.
Yeah, I know. I've already picked out mine, screenshotted them, and I'm putting them up now.
Oh, okay. So you're using this time. Cool.
No, not at all.
All right. St. Louis first half money line, Tim.
We don't have a side for that one. We have a total. So, and if you guys want all our stuff, it's over on the site. We got a 5-game pack up. So go ahead and check us out, or use the earlesportsbet.com/promo code. Link in the description below.
All right. Houston first half -6.5.
I don't mind it.
Michigan State money line.
I'm pulling up our documents. Michigan State. Where is Michigan State today? Against Northwestern. If you're betting money line, it's about a 1 value, but nothing crazy there.
UMass Lowell -4 money line against Binghamton.
UMass Lowell. I guess I'll lead towards the money line over it just because we have it at a 3.5. So at 4, it would be a half-point lead towards Binghamton, but nothing that I'm interested in.
Fair enough. Thoughts on this parlay? Cornell money line, UNC, UDA, under 139. Michigan State money line, St. Louis first half money line.
I'll tell you, I did free picks on the first 2 of those games, and I agree with both of the Cornell money line and UNC under. MSU, same deal. We just went over that one. And St. Louis first half, sure. I didn't bet the side for that one though.
Fair enough. The time the game start is 1-2-22. The exact date for today might be a sign.
I'm confused.
Me too. Sup, guys? Sup, AJs? What's up, Twins? Goals in the NHL. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Over 0.5 goals first period seems popular. Probably 1.5. I don't see 2s.
Yeah.
Sup, guys? What's up? Jarnell Nahal. Good morning. I hit a parlay on Thursday, then hit another on Friday for the first time on 2 days straight. Nice. Yesterday the spot was closed, so off day for me. All right. I couldn't find my Twitter login info to tag you guys for the first half stats. I made a post about it on the Facebook Morning Woody page.
All right, yeah, I'll be able to find it. I appreciate that. Well, I'll be able to pull it up now, so we'll be good. Keep on. Rangers versus Tampa, a revenge game. I think Tampa wins. We'll go over NHL probably in about an hour. I've won $500 3 straight nights. Good for you. NHL overs been making me money. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're 20-10 since the return of the COVID break.
Okay, he says his 4-teamer starts at 1-2-2-2. That's what he was trying to say. I got you now. All right, we got an NFL slate, and we got a big one because there was no Thursday night games. There's no Monday night game.
There's a Monday night game, and I really like that Monday night game.
There's no Thursday night game. So
which is nice.
We get 15 games today, 14 games today.
Yeah.
So lots and lots to go over for today's slate, Nick. We'll go ahead and start in this game.
Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders are at the Indianapolis Colts in this one here. Colts are 9.5-point favorites in this game. Total of 46.5. What are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, this line has ballooned. I believe it opened up in the 7.5 range. It dropped to 4.5 when they thought that was going to be out. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz will be in today, so that's at least a benefit for the Colts. I'm on the Colts side. I personally got him at I think 7.5 earlier on. So I think this is a solid spot for the Colts. Winning, they're into the playoffs. So get it done at home against the Raiders team. They win by double digits today, and they roll in. Vegas, they're on the verge. They're very, very close to a playoff spot themselves. And this is what we gotta start looking for with with football right now is freaking trying to figure out the playoff picture, which kind of difficult to freaking figure this all out. My book won't, or my cover's not really doing it, but Raiders probably they need to win in order to stay in. If they lose, they would need to win next weekend. A lot of help. I just think that the Colts just come into this one and smack around. So take the Colts minus 9.5 at this point.
Yeah, I'm just typing up my plays for the NFL real quick.
No, I never typed up mine.
All right. Yeah, looking at this matchup here, I got on the Colts at 7.5. This is a Colts team that I have bet against the last few weeks and has not particularly worked well for me. The Las Vegas Raiders coming into this game 8-7. They're 6-9 against the spread. 7-8 over under. 7-3 on the road this year. The Colts are 9-6. They're 10-5 against the spread. They're 8-7 over under. They're 4-4 on the road. And I expect the Indianapolis Colts to be able to run the ball down the throat of this Raiders team, who gives up 115.7 rushing yards per game, which is 19th in the NFL. They give up 25.8 points per game, which is 26th in the NFL. But let's not turn our backs here on this Raiders team, which back-to-back weeks had only given up 14 and 13. Granted, it was against a COVID-ridden Browns team and a offensively struggling Denver team with Drew Lock at quarterback. But I can see this game being a 31-21 type of game where the Colts run away with it here. I like the Colts in this spot. I laid the 7.5. It's at 9.5 now. And let's see what my line is to this game, because let me get my notes up on this. My line for this game was Colts minus 10. So that's why I hopped on the Colts there. So, yeah, I'm going to rock with Indianapolis minus the sorry about that. Minus the 7.5.
That's fair. Stimmy's in the house. Yo, good morning, fellas. Happy New Year. I'm on the over in the Colts game. Now, is that a Stimmy play or is that a steal Stimmy's wife's pocket purse Stimmy play? Can you let us know in the description, in the chat? Pats first half minus 9. We'll get to that game in a minute. I know there's a lot of widespread games today. What up, my guys? Let's catch today. Hit the like button, people. Social appreciation, subscribe, and share. Yes. We'll go ahead and keep rolling to get this ugly matchup to continue with.
Yeah.
Stop it. Get some help.
We have the New York Giants at the Chicago Bears in this one here. Bears are now 6.5 home favorites in this game. Get this, with a total of 36.5. Man, they have a lot of faith in these two offenses at that total. And where are you looking at for this game, Tim?
No, you did it right. 1-800 Gambler. Now, as you guys know, each week I have a little bit of fun on Sundays, and I throw together my humongous parlay, my Hail Mary. So I have a play from each game, and I got like a $1 parlay to win $15,000 or whatever. So I like to have fun with it. I put the Giants in there at plus 6.5, but that's the extent of me having money on this game. There's plenty of other games that have a little bit more value to them that I don't really feel like you need to get to this game. So I'm laying off this one. Not really a spot that I want to get to. I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, I feel like there is a pretty good reason why this total is as low as it is.
Because these two teams suck.
Yeah. No, it's not the teams suck,
No,
which they do. Don't let me talk, please. Yeah. No, their offense struggles. This is the number 31 and number 28 overall scoring offenses in the NFL. We have the Giants, who are 4-11. They're 6-9 against the spread. They're 5-9 and 1 over under. They're 1-7 away from MetLife Stadium. Then we have the Chicago Bears, who are 5-10 on overall, 5-10 against the spread, 6-9 over under, 2-5 at home. And I think the real question we have to ask ourselves in this game is, do the Bears really deserve to be a 6.5 point favorite versus anybody in this league? Simple answer is no, they don't, especially with the total this low. I like the Giants in this spot here. I got the Giants at 4, unfortunately, last week, thinking that the Bears were not going to win the game, because if we think about it this way, Tim, if the Bears lose to the Seahawks last week, what is this line at? It's 4. Not 6.5.
4.
It's 4, maybe a 3.5, maybe a 3. This is just recency bias moving the line, and I don't think the Bears should be a 6.5 point favorite against anybody here. And I would potentially flirt with the Giants' money line in this game. Either way, one thing that the Giants really love heading into this game, or at least the Giants front office, is no matter what, one of these two teams is getting a higher draft pick. And the Giants own the Bears draft pick for this year. So from the Justin Fields trade. So either way, the Giants are loving that. They get a little bit slighter of a better thing. If the Giants were smart, they would tie this game. So that way both teams don't go up, don't get worse draft pick. But for me, I like the Giants in this spot, plus the 4, plus 6.5. I think is absolutely beautiful. Now I'm not going to rebet it though, but I think the Giants keep this close, or potentially win this game straight out.
I mean, I don't mind it. It's just I'm just not gonna. It's not one of my big plays. It's part of the Hail Mary, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Marcos likes the Colts today, and he also agrees with 1-800 Gambler. Loaded up on team total, first half, and full game on Monday, while the favorites were minus 130. I did a first half parlay last week of big faves money line first half. Thinking about doing it again. Pats, Bills, Bucks, and I need another team. Colts. Pats, Bills, Bucks, Colts.
Niners.
Or Niners.
Or both of them.
I would prefer the Colts, though. I know you haven't made a stimmy play in a minute. These are all regular plays. Rangers, Moneyline, Giants, Washington football team, Panthers, and the over 137. Oh, if they're not stimmy plays, then I'm not interested.
And I don't like a few of those.
I'm busting on stimmy. Pretty cool.
Moving on, we go from one sucky New York team to the next sucky New York team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the New York Jets. Buccaneers are a slight 14-point road favorite in this game, a total of 47.5. And looking at this one here, are we gonna put the Jets out of their misery yet? Like, can they just end the season?
No, this is gonna be a murder.
Yeah. The Buccaneers 11-4, 8-7 against the spread, 8-7, 7-8 over under, 5-3 away from home. The Jets are 4-11. They're 5-10 against the spread. They're 9-6 over under. They're 3-5 at home this season. Looking at this spot, this is pretty clear and simple to me. My line for this game was Tampa Bay minus 17. I see value I got it at 13. I still see value at 14. This is a Tampa Bay team that I think is going to come in. I don't think they did clinch the division, but they're still fighting for a number 1 seed. Nobody wants to go into Green Bay. This is one they're going to go in and they're going to put the smackdown on this really bad New York Jets team. So plain and simple, I'm going to lay the points here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 13 is my play for this game.
I'm on the same. I don't think that this game's going to be close. I believe Tampa Bay still has a shot to be that number 1 overall seed. I'm trying to figure out how they would do it. Obviously, they would need Green Bay to either lose to Minnesota this week, or where does Green Bay play next week? Green Bay. I don't see the Green Bay game. Am I blind?
Sunday night?
Oh, it's right here again. Oh, okay. No, they're not. I'm not going to worry about that. Green Bay would either have to lose to the Lions or the Kirk Cousins-less Vikings. So that's not going to happen. But Tampa Bay still has a shot to make it up to that 2 seed. So I guess they're still going to try to play. Obviously, they want to win. This is a Jets team that we don't need to sugarcoat it. They suck. And then they even suck at sucking because they're trying to get that first overall pick. And then what do? They go and beat Jacksonville. So they suck at sucking. But
keep this in mind, Tim. Teams don't tank, organizations do.
Well, I know. But this is a standpoint where I think the Buccaneers just come into them and whoop ass. I think the Buccaneers, we probably come back and Buccaneers won by 30.
Yeah.
It could be completely a 30-3 type game and not even close. Jets get nothing going and it's a no sweat -14 bet. The Jets are not good. Buccaneers are still fighting for playoff spots. They already clinched the division.
Yeah.
But they're not going to go easy on them. Even with a beat-up team, I think they're getting some of their players back, so we'll see with that. But Tampa Bay should just open up a can of whoop ass on the Jets today.
Yeah, exactly. And I think my line's, pretty good, 17 there. I think that this could easily be a 30 or a 27 to 10 type of game where the Jets get absolutely nothing done. All right. Moving from one huge spread to the next huge spread.
But before we do that, let's go back to the chat.
Yeah.
Cardinals money line. That is bold.
I don't hate it.
I'm not a fan, but morning, guys. Always a pleasure. Hit the like button. We appreciate that. Tampa Bay minus. Yes, 100%. Suppness. We get a suppness from Lex. All right. What up, Lex? Brady is not the best against the spread when it really counts, but it's the Jets. But the Jets can fight at home. No.
I think they get dominated there.
I think they get smashed. Colts under, Jets under. I like it. Didn't bet any totals besides. No, I did. Yeah, I bet one total this week. So, and I put one in my Hail Mary. So we'll keep rolling. Yeah, this is the next one with a huge spread.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills are hosting the Atlanta Falcons in this one here. The Bills are 14.5-point favorites in this game. A total around 46 in this one. We have the Atlanta Falcons coming in 7-8. They're 6-9 against the spread. They're 6-9 over under. They're 5-3 away from home. Interesting. They're 5-3 away from home, 1-5 at home. This Atlanta Falcons team against the 9-6 Buffalo Bills, who are 8-6-1 against the spread, 8-7 over under, and 4-3 at Highmark Stadium this year. We have Atlanta Falcons coming in, losing 2 straight games. Or my bad, they won last week. They haven't covered in 2 straight. They didn't cover in a 31-13 loss against the Niners as 9.5-point dogs. And they didn't cover in a 20-16 win over the Lions as 7.5-point favorites versus Tim Boyle. And Tim Boyle was driving at the end of the game, threw an interception in the end zone. If it wasn't for that, the Lions may have won that game straight up. And looking at this matchup here, we had the Buffalo Bills finally getting right in their last game. They've gotten right in back-to-back games. They beat the New England Patriots 33-21. They beat the Carolina Panthers 31-14. And this is a huge step down in competition for the Buffalo Bills after beating the Patriots last week. to a Falcons team that hasn't really done much offensively this year. 25th in the NFL, only averaging 18.5 points a game. Their defense gives up 26.7 points a game, which is 28th in the NFL, this Atlanta Falcons team. But get this, they're 7-8 this year. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are completely out of it yet. And the Buffalo Bills are sitting here third in the NFL, scoring 28.5 points a game. They are number one in total yards, number one in passing yards allowed, number three in points allowed. So this is a team that I think that absolutely is going to shut down this Atlanta Falcons team. I see a lot of chalk today. This is the point of the year where you guys are going to just have to kind of suck it up and lay some wood here, and lay the wood. I'm not being dirty. Don't give me that look. And lay the chalk for the NFL, because you have really good teams who are competing for playoff spots, and you have really bad teams who are waving the white flags. There's a reason why I'm on a minus 14.5, a minus a 13, a minus a 16, and a minus a 13 or 12.5. There's a reason why I'm laying this much chalk today, and that's because we have really bad teams going up against really good teams competing for playoff spots. So Bills minus 14.5, an absolute rout here in this game for me.
Yeah, I will say this is one of the plays that I only put on the Hail Mary. And this one's probably one of my more questionable ones, is I did grab the Bills minus 14.5. I was looking at it. I feel like it could possibly be a letdown spot after Buffalo's coming off of a big win versus New England, taking the division lead. But I know that the Bills are probably going to come in and just a similar deal to that Tampa Bay game and just open up a can of whoop ass. They know, hey, they need to win both games, or they need to win one game and they need a combination of two, either two New England losses, two Buffalo wins, or a win and a loss in order to clinch the division. So they know, hey, they could possibly clinch the division this week if by some weird chance New England doesn't beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. But they know that, hey, they need to get even closer to that division. They know they're going to make the playoffs. That's kind of a given at this point. They haven't clinched yet, but it would take a lot for them not to make the playoffs. And they know that that division is right there. And even, no, I wouldn't say the number one seed, because Kansas City's kind of run away with that.
Yeah,
one,
they have.
They know, hey, come into this one and win. And whether that's, I have a feeling they're going to end up winning this game by like 10 points and just get what they need to do. But I still have Buffalo minus 14 on my Hail Mary, but that's about it.
Yeah, I see this being another one of those 31-10 type of games. Like, I don't really see Atlanta doing much in this one.
That's fine. They don't have to. But we'll go ahead and go back to the chat and keep rolling. Bills minus and the over. I don't
hate it.
I don't mind the over. I don't mind that at all. I think that's a decent spot.
The only question mark is how many points will Atlanta put up?
That is a big question. GC's lines are skyrocketing.
Yes, they are.
No day of betting for NFL for me. All right, that's fine. I like teasing overs in some of these games. That could be an interesting spot. I don't mind that at all.
See, the weather, though, in some of these games makes me want to look under.
Oh, yeah, the weather outside for some of these games are frightful, but that fun now.
Please stop. Get some help.
Hopping on some big dogs, come out and get field goal.
Hoping.
Kick a field goal, get a touchdown first drive, and live bet the games. AFT too close. Everyone playing all the marbles until the end. That's why, yeah, AFC is going to definitely be more fun than the NFC for the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
Over in the Bills game, over in the Bucs. Okay, I don't mind that.
I would look. Here's my advice on these overs. If you're looking at an over in the Buffalo game and an over in the Tampa Bay game, take team total over 30.5 for Tampa. Take team total over 29.5 for the Bills. In order for those to hit, you're going to need both of those teams to put up at least 31 points each.
Yeah, that makes sense. Atlanta is finished.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Technically, they're not eliminated.
They're 7-8, but they suck. This is not a team that
they lose and they're done. That's the case.
Yeah, similar to Minnesota being a better team than their record. Atlanta is a worse team than their record. If we look at their 7-8 record here, Tim, Their wins this year are against Detroit,
Not good.
Carolina,
Not good.
Jacksonville,
Not good.
Saints with Taysom Hill making his first start,
Man.
Dolphins before they went on their 7-game win streak,
Yeah.
the Jets, and the
Yeah.
Giants.
No.
Their losses are to the Niners, Buccaneers, Patriots, Cowboys, Panthers, football team, Buccaneers, and Eagles. They lose to the teams they're supposed to lose to. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. This is the team they're supposed to get killed by.
They're going to get killed. Atlanta going to put up 6 points. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying team totals.
Which games are having bad weather? I can only imagine Chicago's going to be cold as ever living crap.
24 degrees with 11.4 mile an hour winds.
Buffalo will probably be cold as all hell. New England will probably be cold
26
as all hell.
degrees with the 10.5 mile an hour winds in Buffalo. I can start going over weather if you guys want me to do that as well.
Jets game's probably going to be cold. You always know
56 degrees with 8 mile an hour
Green Bay
winds.
is going to be cold.
Oh boy. Well, let's see what Green Bay has to offer.
That's fine.
And then we'll move on to the next game. 5-degree weather tonight with 4.5 mile an hour winds at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, no, thank you.
All right. Moving on here, the Washington football team hosts the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 6 points road favorites in this game, a total of 44.5 in this spot. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, this is another one of the games that was part of Hail Mary, and that's about it. And I'm on Washington. I got them plus 6.5. It's just one that I'm not really too big of a fan of this game. I think it's going to be an ugly, low-scoring, last-second type game. And when I can get plus 6.5 on a side, that's the side I'm going to end up grabbing. Football team has been struggling. I know they're on the verge of just losing. They're done. They're pretty much done already, but losing, they're done. Philadelphia can possibly clinch a playoff spot? Not quite.
Not quite. No.
They would need they could probably clinch a playoff spot with a win and then something else going on. Where else is everybody? 8-7. No, with a win they would clinch a playoff spot. Considering that the next people below them are like Minnesota at 7-8, Atlanta at 7-8, New Orleans at 7-8, and they wouldn't be able to catch them. And then San Fran's at 8-7. They're the only ones at 8-7 that are close. So Philadelphia win and they're in the playoffs. As crazy as that sounds. And then Florida, Washington. I just think that this game's going to end up being like a 3-point game, and I just see Washington being able to cover for this one. Obviously, it's only part of my parlay, so only part of my Hail Mary parlay. So I don't have all of $1 on that parlay, so I'm not interested in this game.
Yeah, this is a game that I have the under in this game. I also wanted to look at the Washington football team, to be completely honest, because this could be recency bias at its best, Tim. We are having Philadelphia coming in playing really good football as of late. It was crazy because we were looking at after week 7, week 8, and this team was 2-5, but they were given an absolute gift of a schedule and have gone 6-2 since. Since they lost against the Raiders to go 2-5 in week 7, they played the Lions where they won 44-6. They lost 27-24 against the Chargers. They beat the Broncos 30-13, 40-29 win over the Saints. 13-7 loss versus the Giants, so both their losses were within 7 points. 33-18 win over the Jets. 27-17 against the Washington football team, and 34-10 against the Giants. They've definitely had a really nice schedule. I mean, yeah, Lions, Broncos, Saints, Giants, Jets, Washington, and Giants. That's a great way to be able to get back into the playoff race, and they've done exactly that. They've seized the opportunity, and they played their schedule the right way. And then on the other side, we have everybody knows what the Washington football team did last week. They only gave up the most points that they ever have against the Dallas Cowboys, losing 56-14. It was 42-7 heading into halftime. Let's pretend like we didn't bet that under in that game because that was done by halftime. And this would be recency bias at its best. You get a Washington football team that got the ever-living crap beaten out of them last week. They got embarrassed on prime time, and now they're getting 6 points as a home division underdog. I think this is a time to jump on the Washington football team plus the 6 points, and I'm going to add that to my card. Give me Washington at plus 6. I feel like this is a spot here where this is just too many points at this point, and I like the football team in this one, Tim.
That's fair. I'm not gonna talk you off of it. Back to the chat. Atlanta is a dome team. They ain't gonna like New England. It's gonna be a bloodbath. I mean, considering that Atlanta is playing in Buffalo,
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll be at the game. Go Bears. My pick is Jakeem Grant anytime touchdown. Good luck.
have fun. I don't think you could have picked a worse Bears game to go to. Hey, have fun. I mean, enjoy the game. Obviously, I'm just making fun.
Jackson be playing today for the Ravens. Nick, what's he playing today?
It sounded like it was trending towards Tyler Huntley, but I will look up that a little bit more when we get to that game.
That's fair. And then Washington over, ? Leaning Washington plus. No, it'd be leaning towards the under. This one's going to be an ugly game. It'll be like a 17-14 type game.
Yeah.
This is probably the marquee matchup of the week, Nick.
Yeah, that should be a fun one here. We have the Kansas City Chiefs are at the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. This line has moved down a little bit. The Chiefs are now 3.5-point road favorites, a total of 51.5. What are you looking at for this game?
I know everybody and their mother is going to be all over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm actually going to look up the money where that's at for this game because I know it's going to be a little bit important because I want to figure out that. Looking for Kansas City game. I can't find. Yeah, there it is. Well, actually, a little bit more money on Kansas City. But ever so slightly, it's like 50-something%. I'm going to be on Kansas City for this game. I think that the Bengals are going to are overselling. They're a little bit higher than they're supposed to be right now. Can the Cincinnati Bengals come into this game and win it straight up? Yeah, they definitely could. I think that the way that Kansas City is playing right now, and the fact that even after their ugly start, I think they've rattled off, 6-7 straight wins at this point.
And they're looking for number one seed.
Against Pittsburgh, against Chargers, Vegas, Denver, Dallas, Vegas again, Green Bay, the Giants. Ever since that 27-3 loss to Tennessee, this Kansas City team has been playing out of their minds. And I believe with a win this week, they're guaranteed that 1 seed. So they're going to come into this one just so that Mahomes and everybody can sit next week. I think Kansas City comes into this one and slays. I think they win by 10-plus points in this game. Bengals just get a little bit outmatched. Now, when it comes to the playoffs, maybe might look towards the Bengals if they play again. But this is a spot where I think Kansas City wants to get the job done this week so they can sit their players next week. So I'm taking Kansas City minus 3.5 in this game to clinch that 1 seed.
Yeah. It's like you hear that. I hear the train bells coming through. It says Kansas City on the front. I ain't jumping in front of that train. Kansas City here has looked absolutely phenomenal. They've looked like a world beater the last 6 weeks, covering in all 6 games. 36-10 versus Pittsburgh. They won in overtime versus the Chargers. 48-9 against the Raiders. 22-9 against the Broncos. 19-9 against the Cowboys. 41-14 versus the Raiders. This is a team that's won every single game since getting embarrassed 27-3 against the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to be on the minus 3.5 points here. You're giving me an even better line. This line's gone nothing but down throughout the week. You're giving me a better line to ride out this freight train of the Kansas City Chiefs that are just going to be running through everybody right now, it feels like. And yes, we all saw what Cincinnati did last week against the third string quarterback of Baltimore and a really bad secondary and a very bad defense. They only went and ran all over them and threw for what? Joe Burrow threw for 525 yards?
Yeah.
Some crazy number like that. Yeah. Everyone's going to remember that. I see a letdown spot here for the Cincinnati Bengals, to be completely honest, after a huge divisional win. Even though now with a win, they clinched the AFC North, I believe.
Yes.
And I don't think they get it. I don't know if they win the division.
Not this week. But no, they can clinch the division this week. They're gonna lose, but
Baltimore.
But no. I think it's Chicago that they're fighting. No, not Chicago, Cleveland. I thought it was, but I don't know. I thought they could clinch a playoff spot this week. With even if they do lose to Kansas City, with a Ravens loss, I think it is. Right? Because if I have the playoff machine on my computer, so I'm trying to figure out these matchups as we go. Say if the Rams win, well, even if the Bengals win this week, if they and flip flop, if I have Cincinnati beating Cleveland next week, so. Cincinnati, 1 win, they're in. I think they get the win next week versus Cleveland when Cleveland gets knocked out of the playoffs this week. Because Cleveland's dead already. They're already eliminated, I believe.
From the division.
From the division, not from the wild card. But no, there's scenarios where even if since Baltimore wins both games, Cincinnati can win 1 game and clinch.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a spot where Cincinnati knows they can lose this game. I mean, would it not be good? Yeah, no. But if they lose this game, beat Cleveland next week, they're in the playoffs. Or if they win, if they lose this week, and I believe it's Baltimore loses to either Pittsburgh or the Rams this week, they clinch. Riding with the Chiefs for this one, and then next week I'll go with the Bengals.
Yeah, this is just Cincinnati should roll, or Kansas City should roll in this game. I had this game projected around 5.5, 6. So
that's fair. Back to the chat. Kansas City minus in the over. Yeah, I agree with that one. No, we're not on the Bengals.
I'm not sold on the Bengals at all.
Bengals are going to be your public team this week.
They're a one and done type of team in the playoffs as well.
No, I don't think so. I do have them projected to face off against Indy, which is not pretty. But good morning, giving the like. Good morning. Tiffany says, okay, thank you. Smash the like button. Go Bengals. No Bengals. No. Sorry, Terry. That's an L for you. Bengals first quarter plus 0.5 first quarter. Bengals money line first quarter. Bengals plus 3.5 full game. No, Chiefs are not.
If you're gonna bet with the do factor, you're gonna get screwed long term. I bet on what teams have done, not what they should do.
Sure. Nick, any info far as the Wong teaser?
Let's see which teams would qualify for a Wong teaser today. That would be the Chicago Bears. You tease them down to a pick 'em. You can tease the Eagles down to a pick 'em, and the Rams down to a pick 'em. That's about it. The Cowboys wouldn't qualify, and the Saints, you can tease them down to a pick 'em as well.
There you go.
No underdogs qualify.
Adams, anytime touchdown. If you're talking about Devontae Adams, why not? In that Sunday night game, that's fine. Keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars are at the New England Patriots in this one here. This has now moved to a 17-point spread here for the Patriots, total of 41.5. We laying some chalk on this game, Tim?
No. And the once again, this is only in Hail Mary teaser, and that is it. I have no other interest in this game besides throwing. I have a money line parlay with like 10 big favorites. The smallest favorite was Kansas City. I have New England minus 1,300 in a parlay, but I'm not particularly interested in this game. I have the under in that one as well, in that big parlay. So not interested in this side. I think New England could easily win this game 35-4 or 35-3 and just roll through them. This shouldn't be a close one. Jacksonville sucks. The offense sucks. My big worry would be, do I think New England could push the game over by themselves? The answer is no. I went under with this one, Nick.
Yeah, for this spot for me here, I laid it. This game has 41-3 written all over it, to be completely honest, where the Patriots can potentially go over this total by themselves. We have we have Jacksonville coming in 2-13. They're 4-11 against the spread. They're 4-11 over under, and they're 0-7 on the road here. The Patriots are 9-6. They're 9-6 against the spread. They're 7-8 over under. They're 3-5 at home this year. We have Jacksonville coming in, having covered a spread in 6 straight games. They lost at the 1-yard line in their last game against the New York Jets. They lose as 6-point favorites against the Texans. They lose 20-0 versus the Titans, 37-7 versus the Rams, 21-14 against the Falcons, 30-10 against the Niners. This is a team that's getting blown out every single week that does absolutely nothing on offense. Now we have the New England Patriots. They're coming in off of back-to-back losses. Bill Belichick's going to be pissed, and he's not going to let up. This Patriots team, they're going to win like 37-0 in this game. This is another one of those games where I'm just going to be laying the chalk on this one here. You can take the team total under for the Jaguars is 13. I think that's a decent look as well here. An absolute rout coming for the New England Patriots. I'm going to lay the 16 in this one.
No, I'm sorry. I like the under in that Eagles game. They went over last game. Yeah, why not? Tease the Pats down to 10.5. That's fine. New England should roll here. New England minus in the under.
Yeah, should be a blowout.
We'll go ahead and keep rolling on. I like this game.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. Tennessee Titans are hosting the Miami Dolphins in this one. Titans are 3-point home favorites in this game. Total of 41. Where are you looking here?
Yeah, we're on Tennessee. This is a spot where it could look too easy to just grab Tennessee. I feel like this is a spot where the public's gonna just want to jump all over Miami. Just because of they've won how many straight games and Tennessee's all beat up, and Miami, they've had a good run. We'll give them that, but they got wins against a Ian Book led New Orleans team, a Jets team, a Giants team, Carolina, Jets again, Baltimore that was Baltimore. That was a good win. That was their only good win, and then Houston. Other than that, those are their last 7 wins. None of them being impressive besides that Baltimore game. This is a spot where I'm on Tennessee. I think this is a spot where they win by 4, 5, 6 points. And they just take care of business in this game. Miami, I know they're fighting for that playoff spot. They're one of the teams that are on the bubble, but I think this is where their bubble gets bursted. I'll be on Tennessee in this game, and it kind of knocks them out of where they're going to be for the playoffs.
Yeah, plus we have Tennessee coming into this game. They'll have more time to prepare, and they played on Thursday night compared to a short week for Miami on Monday night. Miami comes into this game 8-7 after starting 1-7. They are 8-6-1 against the spread. They're 6-9 over under. They're 3-3 away from home. Tennessee Titans 10-5 this year, 9-6 against the spread, 7-8 over under, 6-2 at home this year. I believe they're expecting Derrick Henry back next week potentially.
Oh, whoa!
Which could be huge. I think they said either week 18 or the playoffs. They could be expecting back Derrick Henry, which could be a huge boost to this team. They're coming in off of a 20-17 Thursday night win against the San Francisco 49ers where they trailed 10-0. And A.J. Brown had a massive game against the Niners in their last one. Miami coming in, they beat the New Orleans Saints 20-3. Ian Book led team. They had that pick six at the beginning of the game and never looked back. And this is a spot here where Miami on a short week, Tennessee on an extended week. They last played on Thursday Night Football. I think the more rested team will be ready to go here. I love the home favorite in this game. I'm going to lay 3 points here with the Tennessee Titans here against the Miami Dolphins.
I like it. Tennessee under. I can see that too. Just because Miami's going to try to win with defense.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. What do we think about this game, Nick?
Yeah, the LA Rams are 6.5-point road favorites against the Baltimore Ravens in this one. Total of 47 in this game. I believe it's Tyler Huntley. Ravens quarterback news. Let's see if we have anything here. NFL.com says Ravens quarterback Tyler Huntley likely to start against the Rams. And I don't hate that. I think that's the reason why this line moved from 3.5, 4 to 6, 6.5. I got the Ravens at 6. I think that Tyler Huntley is not a bad quarterback, which sounds crazy, but I don't think it's going to hurt them that much. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking in a year or two saying that Tyler Huntley is the starting quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens because Lamar Jackson's going to want too much money, and the Ravens are just going to go with Huntley instead because Huntley is a capable quarterback. And this is a spot here where the Rams are coming in. Huge props to the Rams last week. Terrible scheduling spot. They played the Tuesday of the week before against the Seattle Seahawks. They travel in and they play on the road against a decent Vikings team that's better than their record. I will say that. And they win 30-27 and covered the 3.5-point spread. Props to them there. That was a good win. And we have the Ravens, where we have this negative thought in our heads with their last game where they got blown out 41-21. I like the Ravens in this spot. You have the Rams remaining on the road here. And I had this game around 2.5. So at 6.5. Yeah, I personally bet it at 6. I like the Ravens in this spot.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the Ravens. They're in a desperate mode right now. I believe they can lose this game and still make the playoffs. But they know this is an important one because they'll have to play against Pittsburgh next week, and that one's always a hard-fought game. They know if they can just go into this game and win, they're pretty much on pace to make the playoffs. On the opposite side, we get the Rams, who, yes, they know that they can clinch the division with a win or an Arizona loss today, which I feel like it would be with an Arizona loss today. But they know that they either can clinch it this week or they can clinch the division next week when either they beat San Francisco or if who's he on the other? Or Arizona if they lose to Seattle. So there's definitely opportunities. Rams are probably not as stressed for this game as the Baltimore Ravens are. I feel like there's a spot where they can easily cover a 7.5-point spread.
Yeah, it's at 7.5 now.
Yeah, we got it at 6.5, so I'm all right with that line still. But I feel like there's a good spot for the Ravens at home to keep this one close against the Rams team and even win this game. So we're going Baltimore in this one.
Yeah. All right. Go back to the comment section, and then we'll continue moving on.
Tennessee, we already did that one. Ravens plus 15.5. I'm guessing that's on your teaser. That's fine. Rams minus maybe the over. You got Rams minus. We're on the opposite side. Let's get this money. What happened to the Wild last night? The Blues scored more goals than the Wild, and they lost. That's what happened. keep on rolling. I know you like this game, Nick.
Yeah, and this line's just moved up since I've bet it as well. Or I rebet it this morning, but I had an original bet on it last week. Denver Broncos are 9-point dogs here on the road against the LA Chargers, total of 45 in this game. We have the Denver Broncos coming into this game. Let me get this one up. Here we go. Coming into this game 7-8. They're 7-8 over under. They're 3-12 or 7-8 against the spread. 3-12 over under this year. 3-4 on the road. We have the Chargers here are 8-7. They're 7-8 against the spread. They're 8-7 over under. They're 4-4 on the road. We have Denver coming in losing back-to-back games against the Bengals and the Raiders. 17-13 in the last game, led by Drew Lock. Granted, this will be the second week. Drew Lock will be the starter. He got all the starting reps because sources say that most likely Teddy Bridgewater is not going to clear concussion protocol. On the other side, we have the Chargers coming in looking awful last week in a 41-29 loss versus the Houston Texans after losing in overtime the previous week on Thursday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. And originally, I bet this game at Denver plus 5.5. And this is now moved up to 9. I rebet it at 9 for the Denver Broncos. I'm also on the under 45.5, which is now moved down to 45. I see this as a lower scoring divisional matchup that stays close. So we have a Broncos defense that's the best scoring defense in football, only gives up 17.3 points per game, which is number 1 in the NFL. They're 6th in total yards allowed. They're 5th in passing yards allowed. But their offense is 23rd in the NFL, scoring 19.9 points a game. On the other side, we have one of the better offenses in the NFL in the Chargers, who score 27.2 points a game, which is 8th in the NFL. They're 4th in total yards per game. They're 4th in passing yards a game. But defensively, they're 31st in the NFL with points allowed, 27.4. But, I don't think the Broncos are a team that's going to take advantage of that so much. I think they will put up a couple points to keep this within now the 9-point spread. And I think this game stays under. I can see this being one of those 20-13 type of games. So give me the Broncos plus the 9. And the under 45.5.
Yeah, this is another one of those games that it's on Hail Mary, and that is it. And I got Denver. I really didn't have that hard of a feeling for this game. This is just not really a good game for me to want to go after. Do the Broncos cover? Probably. As a spread as big as 9. I know the Chargers, they're still fighting for a playoff spot, and they still have a shot at playoffs. I have them out of the playoffs right now just because they would have to win both weeks in order for – and even having them both weeks, they still need help with, like, Baltimore losing and other stuff going down. So this Chargers team is going to be desperate. But do we really think they're going to come out and win this game by 10 points? I really don't think so. We haven't seen the Chargers win by 10-plus points in a while. Looking at what they've really been doing, my computer's being slow, but I know that they lost straight up to Houston. They lost to Kansas City. My cover still won't frickin' load. I don't think they've won by 10-plus points all year. Am I correct or am I incorrect?
I think they have, but
it would be easier to pull it up on ESPN on my phone.
Let's see what they've done. They did against the Giants, 37-21. They beat the Bengals 41-28. The Nats, I don't think they have.
Yeah, they beat the Giants, beat the Bengals.
Oh, they beat the Raiders 28-14 on that Monday Night Football game.
Other than that, the Chargers have not really been winning games by that big of margin. And this Denver Broncos team is better right now than that Cincinnati team that was they're at that time, who was an up and down team. Cincinnati's got a lot more stable lately. And the Giants team, that's not good. So This is a spot where the Chargers do not win by double digits. So I'm going to grab Denver plus 9, but I have it on my parlay, and that's about it. My Hail Mary, the $1 to win $15,000.
Well, good luck on that one. But then we'll go back to the chat here.
Chargers -3. Broncos on second or third string quarterback. I think
Drew Lock.
I think the defense will slow it down, and this will end up being like a 14-10 type game. Denver under, yes. Lean Denver plus 9. Pascal Siakam triple-double against the Knicks. Why not? Why not? I don't mind that at all. The only thing is I don't know if he gets enough assists. Chargers should win, but I don't think they win by that much. It was 7 earlier. It was 5.5 when Nick bet it. So
yeah,
that's that. We'll keep on moving on to this one, Nick.
Yeah, the San Francisco 49ers are hosting the Houston Texans in this one here. The Niners are 13-point home favorites in this game, a total of 43.5. Are you looking at getting involved in this game?
Once again, Hail Mary, and that's about it. I got San Francisco. A little bit too wide of a spread for me to really want to have more on this game. Houston this is probably a letdown spot. Houston's coming off probably their biggest win of the season. Absolute shit stomping on the Chargers.
Yeah.
So that one was absolute blowout, and
it's the only game I got right last week.
Yeah. I feel like this is a spot where the Niners just come out and slay. They know that they're 8-7 right now. They need to win out, and they need help. And they need to win. Even if they win,
the Niners.
The Niners
are fine, aren't they?
Well, they need to. Well, winning out would actually help, but I'm trying to punch them into the. I have often on my monitor. I have the playoff machine. So even with say if Philadelphia wins both games, if San Francisco wins both games, they're good to go. Even if they lose, no, they would need to. If they lose a game, they would need a loss from either Philadelphia or the Saints. So San Fran, they know they need to essentially win out, or they need help from Philadelphia or New Orleans to lose a game. So yes, San Francisco comes into this game and absolutely beats the crap out of them. It could be a slightly look ahead spot though, which is why I didn't bet that. I didn't bet it besides my big parlay. Meaning they're looking at the 49ers. The 49ers have Texans like, whatever, easy win. Let's move on to next week where they have to face off against the Rams, which they're hoping by this point that the Rams win this week and the Arizona Cardinals lose so that they can get a Rams team that doesn't really care because they'll clinch the division already, and a difference between a 3 seed and a 4 seed really don't mean much. So that's what they're hoping that, hey, maybe if the Rams win, Arizona loses, Rams clinch that playoff spot and they sit their players next week, or clinch their divisional spot and they make the playoffs and go by that. That's what San Francisco is hoping for. So I feel like this is a spot where they could possibly be a look ahead spot. At the same time, I think San Francisco comes in and wins this game by 20 plus points. Houston's coming off a big win. Letdown spot for him. I'm taking San Fran.
Yeah, I'm on San Fran minus. I got 12.5. The San Francisco 49ers can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Saints loss, and there's a couple other things can happen if they tie. So with a win, and if the Carolina Panthers pull off an upset over the New Orleans Saints, the Niners will punch their ticket into the playoffs, or just win this week, and maybe I just hope for a Saints loss next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going down there for the Niners, and I think this is a good motivational spot for them as well there, all things considered. Looking at my power rankings for this game, I had this game power ranked at San Francisco minus 15. I expect a two-score blowout in this game for the Niners. The Texans were the only thing I got right last week, and I'm going to fade them now. This is a letdown spot for them, I think, for sure. After a big win against the Chargers, I'm going to lay 13 or 12.5 with the Niners in this game. I think this is another route spot.
I like it. Cowboys in Arizona. I believe that's the next game we go over, right?
And it's Arizona in Dallas.
Yeah. We'll go over that one in just a second. I'm taking Houston. They got the backup quarterback in. There's no way I'm giving 13. I think that.
It's Trey Lance today?
Hey, at the end of the day, I think San Francisco easily scores more. I don't think that Houston scores against them. If they do, it's maybe a touchdown. So if I can get 21 points, 24 points from Houston, I'm good to go. A lot of people on Houston, but I'm seeing a San Francisco blowout. I'm seeing the same thing as you. This one's probably the marquee matchup of the week, though, Nick.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys are hosting the Arizona Cardinals in this one here. The Cowboys are 6.5 point home favorites in this game. Total 52.5. Where are you looking here?
Dallas and the over. I'm more strong on the overplay. I do have Dallas minus 6.5 in my Hail Mary. I think this is just a back and forth type game, but I feel like this Dallas team, Arizona's been struggling. They really have, and I know Dallas can't, even with their scenarios and everything. Yeah, I don't think they can even come close to that 1 seed. Besides if Green Bay goes and starts losing games. Oh, if Green Bay loses to Detroit next week, but no. It could be a spot where Dallas still has a shot at the 1 seed, so they play hard. Arizona's still trying to fight for that division. This Arizona team's struggling. They're just not looking good. I just think we're going to see a little bit more offense in this game, especially from Dallas. Even though, we just saw Dallas beat the ever-living crap out of the Washington practice squad. I like Dallas in this game. I took a minus 6.5, and I more specifically, my stronger plays on the over.
Yeah, this is a spot here where this dogger pass for me personally. At 6.5, I mean, if you're looking to bet the Cowboys at this line, then you've drastically missed your line. It's not even particularly close. This is an awful line if you're looking to bet the Dallas Cowboys now, because you could have gotten them 2.5, 3 in the beginning of the week. So this is a spot here for me, plain and simple. Dogger pass, and I passed on this game. This is more probably one where you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. 2 very good teams, 2 playoff teams, and this could be a spot where I think Arizona covers.
That's fair. Keep your eye on. Let's go to the chat and see what people think. Lex is on the Cowboys. I like it. Arizona plus in the over. I like the over. Yeah. Arizona will cover essentially. We'll see. We got the next game though, Nick.
Yeah, we got the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints in this game here. With the Saints as 6.5 point home favorites in this game, a total of 37 in this game, a low total here. Where are you looking at for this game?
This is another one of those Hail Mary parlay, and that's it. I got the Saints minus 6.5. What's his face should be back? Taysom Hill should be back at the quarterback for New Orleans, which is fantastic. If it was Ian Book, I wouldn't even come close to this game, or maybe even go on Carolina's side. This is a spot for me. I like the Saints to get the job done today. They know they need to keep on pace with everybody. They need to guarantee win out. And even if they win out, they still need help from either Philadelphia losing a game or San Francisco losing both games. Oh no, even San Francisco losing 1 game. So this is still a spot where they know that the Saints need to win this game. Carolina's done. They've been done for a while. They're not going to win games if they keep moving quarterbacks back and forth. Leaving Sam Darnold or just pick a quarterback and move on. This is not a spot. At this point, they're done this year. Try to figure out next year. That's all they need to do for right now. And I think the Saints just roll over them. I think the Saints have a good enough defense to slow down Carolina. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'm on the Saints as well in this game, minus the 6.5, and the team total under 14.5 for these Panthers as well. This Panthers offense is atrocious. It's not even. It's an absolute joke what they've put up the last few weeks. Coming in, let me get the stats up here. The Carolina Panthers are now 5-10 on the year. They're 5-10 against the spread. They're 7-8 over under. They're 3-4 on the road. Panthers 7-8 against overall, 7-8 against the spread, 6-9 over under, 1-5 at home. Carolina, last few weeks, or now they're 26 in the NFL, 18.5 points scored per game. They've lost 5, or they haven't covered in 5 straight games. The last time they covered was as 7-point dogs in Arizona with their first game with Cam Newton. Since then, 27-21 loss versus Washington, 33-10 against Miami, 29-21 against Atlanta, 31-14 against Buffalo, 32-6 against Tampa Bay. This is an abysmal offense. The defense is not bad. Second in total yards allowed, second in passing yards allowed, but 19 in points allowed. They give up 118.5 rushing yards a game, which is 21st in the NFL. So Alvin Kamara should eat today. And this Saints team should run all over this Carolina Panthers team. So I like the Saints minus the 6.5 and the team total under for the Panthers.
That's fair. Lex is coming in saying the Saints are bad at covering spreads in against Panthers in history. Yeah, you're talking about Cam and Breeze. Yeah, exactly. This is not the same teams.
No.
Saints should cover the 6.5 easily. Not easily, but they should, yes. No under. We'll see. How about those Penguins all in on them today? We'll go over hockey in a little bit still. Yeah. Cam came back, had one good game, and everyone said he's back. Yeah, he's not back.
I'm back.
He's not back. But we get 2 more games to go over. I know me and Nick have a little bit of differing opinions on this one.
Yeah, Seattle Seahawks are at the Detroit Lions in this one here. Seahawks are 8.5 point favorites in this game, total of 41. What's your incorrect take on this game?
Well, with 2 dead teams, or 2 teams that are not eliminated teams, I should say, this should be a spot where this game's a little bit closer than people think. Because do you really think Seattle's going to try all that hard this game against Detroit? Do we really think they're going to go out and win by 10+ points? Detroit's been really good at covering this year. They're always backdoor covering. They're 2-12 this year, but 10-5 against the spread, which is a little bit mind-boggling to think of. And Detroit's a top 5 team against the spread. Just saying. Seattle has not been good this year at all. So this is a spot. I grabbed Detroit plus 8.5. Once again, I have them on my Hail Mary, and that's about it. But I grabbed Detroit today.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a little bit pissed after losing that game against the Bears, to be completely honest. Like that was
they're eliminated. They don't care.
That was an embarrassing loss. They're at home here. I had this game handicapped around 10.5. This is still the Lions. Keep that in mind. This is still the Detroit Lions.
I'm well aware of that.
Which are one of, if not the worst team in football. I think Jacksonville is the worst team in football.
They're the 4th best team in football against the spread.
Yeah, I just think that this is a time where they're going to lay down and die. Finally, I got the Seattle Seahawks at 7.5. I think that they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game by 10+, and they're going to move on. This is a Seattle team. Got to keep in mind, teams don't tank, organizations do, so they're not going to just give up just because of that. Seattle, I think, is the better overall team still, and they should take care of business in this one. I think an interesting play for this one would be the under 41. Both these teams are heavy under teams as well, 5-10 to the over-under for Detroit, 4-11 over-under for Seattle. I can also see a team total under potentially for this Detroit team. So because I believe it's Jared Goff back, which I mean, how much faith can you truly have in Jared Goff? I don't know.
To cover a 8.5 point spread, I think I'm fine.
It's at 9 now.
That's fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 7.5 with the Seahawks here. That's just a teaser protection line. I'm gonna stick with the Seahawks 7.5 in this game.
Let's roll. Detroit to cover. I know it's the Lions, but what has Seattle done this year to make you think that they should be 9.5 point favorite or 9 point favorites? No. Saints under, yes. Seahawks will win by 10. No. Lions plus the points. Yes. Maybe the under. Yeah. I wouldn't mind the under either. The thing is, I think this game is so ugly that this one can end 16-13 or something stupid like that. So, no, I think this is an ugly enough game for the Detroit Lions to cover an 8.5 point spread.
Okay.
Sunday Night Football, Nick. And then we got an NBA slate and a NHL slate. And we've been live for an hour and 16 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-hour show. No big deal. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Packers now 13-point home favorites, a total of 42.5 in this game. No Kirk Cousins in this matchup here, which obviously drastically moved the lines. This was 7, and I want to say 46.5 before that news. The line had dropped 4 points, and the Packers became 6-point better favorites in this game. Is this too much? Are we looking at getting involved in this game? Where are you looking, Tim?
Once again, Hail Mary, and that's it. And I have Green Bay. Green Bay knows that, hey, Kirk Cousins is worth those points, by the way. He's 100% worth those points. This is a spot where Green Bay knows they need to win the next 2 games. Because if they lose one of them, then that number 1 seed is up in the air. They know they win the next 2 games versus Minnesota and Detroit to clinch that 1 seed. And we know Green Bay does not like Minnesota. I think this is a blowout. I think it's very similar to that one Bears game on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago. I think that Green Bay goes and beats the crap out of them and wins 42-14 or something in that nature. Green Bay is just going to score at will, and I'm expecting a big blowout. I only have them on my big thing, and then have a money line on one of my money line parlays for today. And that's it. Just not really a spot that I'm necessarily interested in getting to, other than my 2. I have a couple parlays. I put about $25 worth of parlays today. So I have them in 2 of them. Nothing really too interesting in it, though.
Yeah. For this game, this was an easy pass for me. I know it's Sunday Night Football and all that fun stuff. Sean Mannion is projected to be the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings tonight.
Yeah, I can't back the Vikings like that.
Now, if Kirk Cousins was going to be in for this game, this would be Vikings plus 7 for me. But with no Kirk Cousins, no bet on the Vikings here. So this was a pass. I don't want anything to do with this game.
That's fair. And the Vikings with a loss this week is eliminated from the playoffs. So I feel like this is the end of the road for the Vikings this year. Come back next year, though, because I know they're going to be without Thielen as well today, so they don't really have any offensive power. Packers minus 6.5, Chiefs and Titans parlay. I like it. But we do have a NBA slate to go over. I'm going to quickly just try to rattle through all these games. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I think we got, 7 games?
Yeah, we'll kick it on off here. The Toronto Raptors are hosting the New York Knicks. They're 8-point favorites in this game, a total of 206.5. Where are you looking at this game?
Pass. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on the slate, and I have 3 plays. This is not really an interesting slate for me. Knicks are going to be without Julius Randle. Scotty Barnes is probably going to be back. Knicks will also be without Derrick Rose still, but he's going to be out for a while. Kemba Walker's out. Fournier is questionable. Robinson is out. Nerlens Noel is out. There's a bunch of New York Knicks are out today. Toronto's as healthy as they're going to get for a little while, and could be a good spot for Toronto to really start turning their season around. They're 15-17, which may not seem that good, but in looking at the playoff picture, they are 3 games back of that 8 spot. So this is a spot where they could easily try to sneak their way into the playoffs. I do think that this could be a good spot for the Raptors to come out and play well, but I'm not going to be interested in going for this game.
Yeah, my line for this game was around 7.5 for the Raptors. I didn't see enough value to get involved in this game, so pass here.
That's fair. We'll keep on rolling. This starts the 6 o'clock games.
Yeah, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 3-point home favorites in this game. Total of 210 in this spot. Where are you looking here?
Even though Cleveland's been making us a lot of money this year, in terms of covering spreads, this is a spot where I would lean towards the Pacers. Did not bet it. Not one of my 3 plays, but this would be a lean towards the Pacers in this game. No Garland for the Cleveland side, no Brogdon for the Indiana side, no C.D. Osman for Cleveland, no Durant for Indiana, and a couple other players are nothing significant. I feel like this one is going to be one of those plays where everybody's going to see Cleveland at home, only a -3. They've been playing really good this year against a bad Pacers team. This is a lean towards the Pacers for me, but honestly, not enough to get to it.
Yeah, I had this game handicapped at Cleveland -5. It's at Cleveland -3. So I see the value here on Cleveland. I took them straight up money line. I laid the 155. I could see this being a closer game at the end that the Cavaliers pull away with. So Cleveland Cavaliers -155 on the money line for me here.
All right, that's fine. We'll keep rolling because I know I have over 206. I'm guessing he was referring to that Knicks game. Yeah, why not? Okay, good work, fellas. Lightning versus Rangers. Good game today. Tampa revenge.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll get to that in a minute. For my teaser, over 200. That's fine. Gonna watch on ESPN Plus. Pacers have been decent too, though. They're not profitable covering spreads, and they're not that good this year, but they've been a little bit better as of late. So, but we'll go and move on, and I like this game.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic are at the Boston Celtics in this one here. Celtics are 11-point home favorites. Total 215.5.
I got the under at 216.5. I just don't think that this Orlando team scores much. I think they scored maybe 80, 90 points, and that's a pretty easy under for me. I don't think Boston's going to go put up 120, 130 points today. Jason Tatum remains questionable for this game. He's in COVID protocol, so we don't know with that one. Cole Anthony ruled out for Orlando, which is their big scorer. Robert Williams is questionable in this game. A couple other questionable bench pieces, so a little bit shorter of benches. I think this is going to be an under game. I still think Boston probably wins and covers, probably like maybe a 105 to 87 type game, but I'm not. I have the under in this game. That's my best spot for it.
Yeah, I had this game handicapped at Boston -12. So not anywhere near enough value to get involved in this game here. If you're liking the under here, I would say team total under for the Magic at 102 is a decent look.
Yes, 100%.
I feel like that's the only spot I really could truly get to this game. Other than that, nothing in this game for me.
No, I would 100% be all right with the team total under for the Boston Celtics. For the Orlando Magic, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we have the Miami Heat at the Sacramento Kings in this one here. Heat are 3.5-point road favorites, a total of 223 in this game. Where are you looking?
Well, Heat have most of their big guns back. Butler and Lowry, good to go. The only thing is they're going to have a couple of bench players out still. Vincent, Strus, Dedmon, and Robinson all out and PJ Tucker all out for Miami. So a little bit of a short bench. But Sacramento sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. It has dropped. This line's dropped down to 3.5 on some books. I'm on Miami today, -4. I think it's a solid spot for them. I think they come in, win by double digits against a bad Sacramento team. This is just a spot where Sacramento's been struggling this year. I don't see them picking it up against a Miami team that still can play good. Even with all the injuries that they've been doing, they're still 23-13 this year and still sitting in that 4 spot in the East. So this is a solid spot for the Miami Heat. Not to mention that Miami is also one of the top teams against the spread this year. Not quite top 10. They're 8th at 20-16. So I'm on the Miami Heat for this game. I think they get the job done against a bad Sacramento team.
Bring on the Heat here. I got him at -4. They're now down to a 3.5 on our book, but this is a game where I think the Heat should cruise in this one here. I had this game around 9.5. So give me the Heat 3.5. I love it even more. I like Miami in this spot.
Do it. Lean Raptors but pass. Fair enough. Under 223 for teasers for the Celtics. That's fine. Heat plus 2.5 on a teaser. You got a lot of teasers today. Spread seems low though. Butler is in. They play hard when he is in and play defense. I like it. I like them. Cavs pass. That's fair. We get 3 more NBA games to get to this one.
Sorry. Dallas Mavericks are at the Oklahoma City Thunder in this next game here. The Mavericks are 9-point road favorites in this game, a total of 207 now. It's gone down a point. Where are you looking for this one?
Luka is back. This will be his first game since December 10th. So that's going to be a big help for the Dallas Mavericks. I pass on this game. I just want to make sure I say that real quick. Porzingis, doubtful for today's game. SGA out for this game. Dort is questionable. Basley out this game. So just a couple of injuries in this one. I'm not, if anything, it's leaning towards the Mavs, and that would be the absolute top of my food chain at 9 points, 9.5 points. This is a spot where should Dallas come in and blow them out? Yes. Is Oklahoma City one of the best teams against the spread this year? Yes. So I was kind of split because I made some money off of Oklahoma City, but Dallas has their big gun back, and I feel like this could be a blowout too. So I just laid off this game. No real feelings towards it.
My line for this was 5.5, 6 for this game. So I like Oklahoma City in this game. And I have an interesting question for you, Tim. When it comes to the NBA here, have you noticed a trend at all or anything like that? Because I've noticed this in the NHL a lot. When a star player returns, fade that team. Because when you insert them back into the lineup, especially at least with hockey, I've noticed this with Nathan McKinnon returning and Jack Hughes and Sidney Crosby and players like that. When you get your star player back, that first game, usually a fade of that team works because especially when they've been out a decent amount of time like Luka has, where it just it messes up the chemistry for the first game there. I just noticed that with the NHL. I don't know if that applies to the NBA at all or not.
No, I don't think it really does. Because you got to keep in mind, we're not dealing with shift changes and different players on different lines. Luka's going to make the team better no matter what. Now, whether or not they cover spreads, I would more look at not when star players come back, but when star players go out. That would be the more edge for it. But
yeah, because when star players go out, I've noticed in the NBA, if you bet the team that loses their star player after the line is moved, you're pretty good.
Yeah,
because people overreact with that news.
100%.
Okay, I was just curious.
For this,
yeah, for me, it's Oklahoma City +9.
Boston under. I like it. Heat minus. Yep. Oklahoma's plus lean.
Yeah. I
really don't have any feelings towards that. Luka will be a little bit rusty. Yeah, he might be rusty, but he's still gonna shoot well. I do have this team will have my last play in it though.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns are at the Charlotte Hornets in this one here. Suns are now 2.5 point home favorites, a total of 232 in this game. What are you thinking?
I got the over at 229.5 actually. So I got a really good line on this one. Charlotte, we all know about Charlotte. They are one of the most explosive offenses in the league. They're number 2, averaging about 115 points a game. Number 4 is Phoenix, averaging about 111 a game. Not to mention, Charlotte's defense is dog crap. They're the worst defense in the league. They're allowing 116 points a game. Now, Phoenix's defense is number 5 in the league, so that's why they're one of the best teams. They're 4th in offense, 5th in defense. These two teams are going to score today. I can see both of them putting up 125 each in this game. I think it's going to be a way, way over game. I got it over at 229. Not really many injuries. I mean, DeAndre Jordan, DeAndre Ayton will be out today. Miles Bridges is cleared, but we'll see with him. He's still questionable. JaVale McGee out. PJ Washington's questionable. Crowder's out. A couple of bench players, nothing crazy. I think this game goes way over the total. I got it up 229. I would still grab it at 232.
Sounds good. Yeah, this is a spot where I stayed off. This line's kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie. 15 or only 2.5 with the Phoenix Suns. I get it. They're on the road. I had this game around 2.5 as my projected line, but for me, this is a stay off. So.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the Tar Heels in Boston College?
Your Tar Heels?
I did your Tar Heels, yeah. I did a free pick video on that game last night, so go ahead and check it out. We go under. Tar Heels versus the Boston Cowards, yep.
Yeah.
They'll actually play that team. They'll play North Carolina team. Phoenix over, yes, 100%. Suns line only 2 against Charlotte. It's not like Vegas is begging you to take Suns. Not gonna. I got the total. I didn't grab a side.
Yeah. Also, Dre, you said you're Tar Heels. Are you in the North Carolina area? I just wanted to throw that question out there. That's all.
Yep. Go ahead.
Last game of the day, the Timberwolves are at the Lakers. The Lakers are 8-point home favorites, total 223. Are we looking to fade the Lakers here?
Normally I would say, yeah, fade the Lakers all day. I pass on this one. The problem is Minnesota's got too many players out. Towns, Edwards, Russell, Vanderbilt, all of them most likely out. At least Karl-Anthony Towns and Russell guaranteed out. This is a Minnesota team that's beat up. And if they're healthy and it was an 8-point spread, I would be all over them. They're not healthy, and I don't think they keep it close against the Lakers. Lakers have been covering spreads a little bit more. They're no longer the worst team against the spread. That is actually
Trailblazers.
The Trailblazers, and I believe. Okay, yeah. Lakers are still number 29 out of 30. But this is a spot where I wanted nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, this was a game I wanted to back the Timberwolves at +8. And then I went through and saw their injuries, and yeah, I moved my line, and I didn't get to it. So this was a pass for me.
That's fair. But we'll take Tar Heels money line. They might not cover. They're 7-point favorites. I'm not taking their money line. Laker pass. Yes, Laker pass. All right, we get a little bit of an NHL slate to wrap up the stream for today. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Let's try to rapid fire through these. Try to go through this one because this one starts in 10 minutes, Nick.
Yeah. And let me adjust something real quick. Damn. All right. When I typed this up, they were -125 favorites. They are now -138, -140. The Tampa Bay Lightning in this one, and that's because Andrei Vasilevsky is, I believe, the confirmed starter for this one, or he's expected back. They took him off the COVID list. The Tampa Bay Lightning are healthy now. And they are in a revenge spot. They lost 3-2 in a shootout against this Rangers team the other night with a third-string goalie, or with Brian Elliott in net, my bad. And they kept it close. Major props to them, and I think this is a spot here where Tampa Bay should come in and take care of business. I got them at -103 last night, and now they're -140. An absolute great line movement here for me. This will definitely be an interesting game. Vasilevsky and Shesterkin to the top 5 for the Vezina Trophy, at least for betting odds. And I think this is going to be a fun little matchup here. I think it's the only game that, other than the Detroit game, that I didn't bet the over in. I like the Lightning in this spot. I think that this is a game where they come back. This is a healthy Lightning team now, and I think they take care of business at Madison Square Garden. And big news here, that the Rangers. Here's another reason probably why this line has moved. Artemi Panarin tested positive for COVID. So he will not be playing in this game as well. So big loss there for the New York Rangers. Yeah, I think the Lightning cruise in this game.
There you go. That's fine. I cannot tease college basketball games on my book, so it's money line or spread. Then pass on that game, dude. Don't be laying no minus 400 or 200, whatever it is. Tim, what is your Hail Mary parlay? I'll put it in the chat in just a second. Over 5.5 at plus 105.
Over 5.5 in this game? I don't know. I have too much respect for these goalies.
Yeah. From North Carolina, currently resided in Georgia. We're originally from the Raleigh area. We're currently in Greenville. Go Pirates. But we'll go ahead and introduce the next game for you, and then I'll type in my Hail Mary parlay into the chat just so that you guys can see it all. San Jose Sharks at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins are on a 165 favorite, total of 5.5 in this game. Where are you looking in this one, Nick?
I'm not laying the juice with the Penguins. That's where I would lean in this game. The Penguins have not played a game since the COVID break, though. Looking at these two teams, let me get covers up here. We have the Sharks coming into this game 17-14-1. They're 16-16 against the spread, 13-19 over under, 8-7 on the road. We have the Penguins who are 17-8-5 this season. They're 14-16 against the spread. They're 14-15 over under. They're 8-5-2. And here's a little interesting stat that I had written down. Since the COVID break, overs are 20-10. And favorites of a closing line of minus 115 or higher are 22-2. That's why my lean would be towards the Penguins in this game. I think that the Penguins do win this game, but I like the over 5.5 even better. I believe it's still 5.5 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5.5 at minus 130. This was at 6 last night, I believe. Casey DeSmith is projected in net for these Penguins, and potentially Aiden Hill or James Reimer in net for the Sharks. I like the over in this game. I think we see goals. I spammed overs yesterday, and it cashed in every single over I bet. I believe overs only lost one last night, right? Yeah, the only loser on an O. If you have really bad luck, if the only over you bet yesterday was Edmonton and New York, because every other over hit. And I think more of the same today, especially with teams who have not played a game since returning from the break, which the Penguins are one of those teams. Also, the Avalanche later and the Winnipeg Jets later. And, yeah, those two teams as well returning from the long break. Yeah, I expect overs in those type of games because we've seen that from feels like almost every team making their first game back from the break has gone over the total just because sloppy turnovers lead to goals and players don't lose their scoring ability. So over 5.5, I got it at 6. 5.5, I think, is an absolute gift in this game. Over 5.5 for San Jose and Pittsburgh.
There you go. Keep on rolling. We get the Boston Bruins and the Detroit Red Wings for the next game. Bruins are on a 145 favorite, total of 5.5. Where are you looking in this game, Nick?
I didn't get to anything from this game. Looking at this spot, we have Detroit coming into this one 15-14-3. They're 13-19 against the spread. They're 17-14 over under. On the other side, Boston Bruins are 15-10-2, 10-17 against the spread, 12-15 over under. It'd be a lean towards the Red Wings in this game. You can take the Red Wings here. They're plus 132. Don't hate that line. 5.5 at plus 122. I feel like this game goes under. And I'm someone who's spamming overs right now. That's why I didn't bet the over in this game. Jeremy Swayman is confirmed in net. That's definitely the better of the two between him and Linus Ullmark. It could be Thomas Greiss in net here for the Red Wings. This is a dogger pass spot for me here. And I'm going to pass in this game.
That's fair. Don't have to bet everything. That works. We'll keep on rolling. Anaheim Ducks are in Colorado. Colorado's around a 285 favorite, total of 6 in this game. Anything from this one, Nick? Yeah,
I bet this game last night at 5.5 at minus 130, I want to say. And I did the free pick video on it. That's now at 6. Kind of what I anticipated was going to happen for this game. And looking at this spot here as I'm just typing up the rest of my hockey plays. So 1 second. go over. Yeah, then I'll finish typing them up in a minute. Looking at this spot here, once again, a team coming back from their break. Colorado Avalanche haven't played since the 16th. This is a team that's gone over in 18 of their 25 games they've played this year. Over 5.5 is an absolute steal in this game for me here. Even with these Anaheim Ducks finishing under the total in back-to-back games, that was against Vegas and Vancouver. Vancouver plays more towards the under, and Vegas, the Vegas Golden Knights put up 3 goals. Trevor Zegras is expected back for this game for these Anaheim Ducks, which I think is going to be a huge boost to their offense in this game. He's expected back today, the second. So I think that's definitely going to help this Anaheim Ducks team. I think that once again, sloppy play, turnovers, and the natural scoring ability that this Colorado Avalanche team has, I think this game goes way over. And this is probably my biggest play of the hockey season, because last night my book made a mistake, Tim. Instead of moving it to 6, which I think that's what they meant to do, they bumped it down to 5. So I put 3 units on over 5 at -118, because all we need is 2 goals each, and this game goes over. I think that we easily get that. So my biggest play of the year is a line that was an absolute mistake by my sports book, and I put 3 units on it. So I'm on the over 5.5. I have 3 units on over 5. I'm obviously not going to count the over 5 as an official play, because that's just not even close to realistic now, even though I've put other plays up that are not realistic. But over 6, I would definitely go over 6 in this game now. But I'm over 5.5 at -130, which you can probably find on some books.
There you go. Hey, always take advantage when the book makes a mistake. They didn't cancel your bet or anything.
They didn't void it. Nope, they haven't yet.
Okay, because I know the books made a couple mistakes before. Like I remember once in the baseball season.
This was not an egregious mistake, and I still see my book on my plays here.
Yeah,
I bet 2 units and added another unit on it.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just gotta be careful, because I know one time our book in the middle of baseball season had the Philadelphia Phillies team total at 135 or something.
Yeah, that's different. It was 35.5, but that was different because that was an egregious number compared to this one, which was all a 1 difference. So
that's fair. Keep on rolling. The New Jersey Devils are in Washington, the nation's capital, facing off against the Capitals. 240 favorite or 225 favorite for the Caps. Total of 6. Where are you running in this one, Nick?
Yeah, this has been. I saw some stats that Terry Edelman put in, which I usually don't pay too much attention, but these are division rivals. I believe you said that in the last 15 games between these two teams, the Washington Capitals are 13-1-1 or something along those lines. Terry, if you're in the chat, you can put in your stats on this game, which was absolutely bonkers. And their totals had gone over in 9 of 15. These are two teams that play each other a lot, though. So these are Metro Division rivals. I like the over in this game. We've seen what New Jersey's done total-wise recently. They've gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. They are 26th in the NHL, giving up 3.41 goals per game, which is not very good. And this is a team that is going up against a Capitals team, which is one of my favorite teams this year. Capitals are coming in off of back-to-back wins since returning from the break, looking really good. Alexander Ovechkin's continuing to score. They've covered the puck line in both those games. I think they continue to roll today at home. They're 6th in the NHL at 3.45 goals per game. Definitely a decent look in this game. Could be the team total over 3.5 for these Washington Capitals as well. It's a -125. I think they cruise in this game. I think this is a 4-2 type of game. Yeah, where it goes over. I think potentially 5-2 over in the puck line. I think the Capitals cruise in this game, and it goes over.
I like it. Keep on rolling through the games. We got 2 games left. Good work, Nick. Winnipeg Jets at Vegas taking on the Golden Knights. Golden Knights are around a 135 favorite. Total of 6 in this game. Where are we riding for this one?
Yeah, looking at it here, it looks like we are going to have the return of Robin Lehner coming off the COVID list. Max Pacioretty is not going to be available till the 1st of March, so he's going to be out for a little bit with a wrist injury. And Mark Stone's going to be out until at least the 4th with an undisclosed injury. On the other side, Winnipeg's going to be without Blake Wheeler still. They're also going to be without Andrew Kopp and Evgeny Svechnikov. Yes, there's another Svechnikov in the league. Looking at this game here, though, I like Vegas at home. Vegas is a very good home team. This line has dipped a little bit, but Vegas money line's a handicappy tone play for me. If you guys are wondering, Chiefs -3 is the other one.
Yeah, I got Chiefs.
And I liked Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line here in over 6. This is the first game back for these Winnipeg Jets. The last time they played, they won 4-2 versus the St. Louis Blues on December the 19th. And this is not the first game back for this is actually the third game since the break for the second game since the break for these Golden Knights. They've played 3 games since Winnipeg's played their last game, because they did win 4-3 in the last against Tampa Bay in the last game before the break. Since then, they beat the Kings 6-3 and they beat the Ducks 3-1. So this is a Vegas Golden Knights team that went into the break playing some really good hockey, other than losing against Tampa Bay, and has come out of the break and playing really good hockey. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights here on the puck line, around +155, +160. And give me the over 6 in this game. I can see 4 or 5 goals from the Vegas Golden Knights alone.
Sounds good. Capitals Devils over 1 goal first period. Is that like over 1.5 or?
Yeah, that should be 1.5.
Sounds good.
Unless you're paying a lot of juice.
Probably
like -300.
All right, we get one last game for today's slate. Calgary is in Chicago taking on the Blackhawks. Calgary's around a 185 favorite in this game, total of 5.5. Where are you looking for this one there?
All right. So originally I did not have a bet on this game, but I was waiting on it. I was waiting on news in order to make a bet on this game. And then I saw in the group chat the information I needed to see to make a play on this game. And the information I was looking for was who's going to be in net for this Chicago Blackhawks team. I wanted the over in this game. If it wasn't Marc-Andre Fleury or Kevin Lankinen. Even Kevin Lankinen would be fine. It is, I don't know why I clicked that there. It'll be Arvik Soderblom in net for today. Exactly. He's played in 1 game this year. On January 1st, he came in relief for Connor D'Elia, and he didn't look much better. Yesterday, in that 6-1 loss. He gave up 3 goals on 18 shots and .833 save percentage, 4.62 goals allowed average. It looked horrible as the Predators absolutely lit up the Blackhawks. They're on a second half of a back-to-back now. I'd also lean towards the Flames puck line in this game, to be completely honest. But I'm not going to be betting the Flames when they're a -210 though. So this is a Flames or nothing spot for me, but I bet the over 5.5 at -102. I think we see some goals in this game with this Blackhawks team struggling on defense and another backup goaltender.
There you go. I like it. That is the complete slate. Wow. Hour and 48 minutes long and still running. So really good stream today. We're going to go ahead and roll the bumper and then do a recap and then head on out for today. So let's go ahead and do this now.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
All right. So that's a good there. Quick housekeeping as per usual. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram to support Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, and our merch, all linked down below. Also with our EarleSportsBets.com, and I believe our TikTok link is in the description below as well. Did you?
I copied and pasted the one from yesterday.
Okay, then it's not. It's not in there, and I'll have to fix that. But TikTok, Earle Sports Bets on TikTok. Go ahead and follow us over there. Speaking of picks and parlays, me and Nick live now. Craig did his show earlier. Higgs probably went and did his show and probably is done by now too. So there we go. Allie should be live soon too. No game time today. A couple free picks, but make sure you guys are subscribed to all of those channels. All right. Recap for today. NFL main plays for me today. Indy -8, Tampa Bay -13.5, Kansas City -3, Baltimore +6.5, and then Dallas, Arizona over. In the NBA, the under in Boston, the over in Charlotte, and Miami -4. Nick?
All right, here we go. Got a pretty decent sized slate today. So I'm on the Colts -7.5, Giants +4, Bucks -13, Bills -14.5, the under 44 with Washington football team, as well as I took the points here with Washington as well. Chiefs -3.5, Pats -16, Titans -3, Ravens +6, Broncos +9, Broncos under 45.5, Niners -12.5, Saints -6.5, Carolina team total under 14.5, the Seahawks -7.5. In the NBA, I'm on the Cleveland Cavaliers -155. I'm on the Miami Heat -4 and the Thunder +9. I got on the Lightning at -103. That line closed around -140. I'm on the over with Pittsburgh and San Jose. I'm on the over with Colorado and Anaheim. I'm on Washington puck line as well as the over in the Washington game and Vegas puck line and the over in the Vegas game.
There you go. Nick, go ahead and finish off the stream for today.
Yeah, that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we go live here at ESB, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys.